Taylor, can you hear us? Not yet.
Hi.
Hello everyone, how you guys doing?
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Greetings everyone. This is for our English class project. Um, we wanted to focus on the war in the Ukraine in this part of the project and just ask all the volunteers some questions. So greetings to Solomelia and the host, Mrs. Vlada.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. The first question I want to ask you is, first of all, how are you doing today?
Sorry, could you repeat because your connection is quite
I know,
bad?
right? We keep breaking. I want to first ask you how are you doing today?
Thank you. Right now I'm doing well, and thanks to God I'm safety because I'm in safe place, and I have got a great opportunity to share my experience with you. That's why I'm happy because of it.
Yes, because our class will see this and the professor will see this. So yes, we are very happy to participate. I'll go with the first question, and Vlada can ask the second question. My first question that I picked was question number one in our list, which is, do you have any idea why your country uh, or the Ukraine was attacked to begin with? What is the history of this? Something like that.
Okay, thank you for the question. Anyway, to give the good answer on this question is difficult to answer because it's quite controversial question. But I have got some ideas, and what I see right now that um, the relationships between Russia and Ukraine were always different and difficult. Yes, people and Russia say that we are brothers and we need to support each other. But what I can see is that during our history and history of Ukrainian people, our folk, Russia always wanted to destroy our culture, to kill our culture, I mean, language also. They wanted to kill our people. And what I see right now, that yes, they call this like operation, but it's not an operation. It's a war full of cruelty, violence, and right now they just want to destroy our culture and our people. They destroy everything. Um, and for me and for our people, for Ukrainian people and for all the world, it's a disaster of 21st century.
Yeah, we saw some of the videos. It looks terrible.
Yes, there are so many reasons, political, economical, but I think the first reason that is in our mind. I mean that Russian they don't have good attitude to Ukrainian people and to Ukrainian culture, and that's why I think that these people, especially the leader of this country, the president, I mean, he wants to destroy everything, and I think Ukraine always wanted to improve, to live better, but Russia doesn't want to improve in any way. Uh, I think that I have got the idea that maybe they just stayed in Soviet Union, for example, and they don't have another leaders, another moral, and for me it sounds really sad and frustrating at the same
Yeah,
time.
I understand. I like to write poetry, and one of my poetries that I wrote was the fact that you guys, like when you go to Asia, you see a similar everyone looks. Sometimes you can't tell the difference because they're like brothers and sisters. That's how they were created. And Ukraine and Russia are so close and similar in language. When I go to school, I couldn't tell who was Russian, who was Ukraine, because they're both everything, the language. So that's one of the reasons that this was so confusing for me. But I understand everything that you're saying. So Vlada, you could go with us the following question.
Yes. To answer for my question, I want to ask you, where are you right now?
Okay, for the first days of the war and still now I'm in Ukraine, and it's my decision to stay in Ukraine because thanks to God, what I told before, right now I'm in safe place on the western part of Ukraine, and we don't have any Russian soldiers here. But for example, 1 hour ago we had siren, and it means that we don't have any safe place in Ukraine. So we just still live in Ukraine, try to continue to live and to accept all these challenges. I can say that I'm the luckiest person, and maybe it sounds like selfish, but it's true. I mean, that I don't live in Kiev or Mariupol, Bucha, Irpin. These people, they are really victims of this disaster. And that's why that I live on the western part of Ukraine. I always was in safety, I mean. But all the time, we also were in bomb shelters. We get used how to live with sirens, with these attacks, how not to sleep or how to sleep on the floor, how to work and study during the siren. It's our reality right now.
So you stay in Ukraine, and with the goal to survive, you need to go bomb shelter when you hear siren. Yes. So
Yes, yes.
you have some rules to survive. Yes, you just mentioned all these rules. So it's really difficult. It's new reality. Do you have some relatives in hotspot or some refugee you host in your home right now? That how they survive? Maybe you know some friends that escape from hotspots. How they survive?
Yes, yes. I have my parents and my close relatives in Ukraine because, as I told before, we live in the western part, and that's why we decided to stay here. But also, I have got some relatives. They moved to another countries like Canada, like Poland, Germany. They decided to look for a safer place. They have got small children, and they don't want to show them this reality because it's really difficult and very stressful. Also, I have got some friends. War is the worst thing in the world, but it's the best thing also. You know why? Because that's why I know so many people, so nice people. Because you can volunteer and you can help. So that's why I have met one beautiful girl from Kiev, and right now she is on the western part of Ukraine. She is in safety with all her family. Yes, people all the time move, and for example, our city took a lot of took a lot of people, residents from another parts of Ukraine. We welcome everybody because it's our reality, and we are very happy to see everyone. We are ready to help everyone, and I'm so impressed how another countries help us and help our people in other countries. They just give their homes, food, money, so they help us a lot, and we really appreciate this. Ukraine will never forget this.
I think you have almost answered my last question, but I would still ask it at the end. But so Vlad, that was your question?
Yes, the next question is about your mental state. How do you feel your mental condition right now, and what are you doing to feel yourself better? Can you can you explain us a little about your mental conditions during this war? How your behavior changes, and then what are you doing to feel yourself better, to make yourself straight in this stressful condition?
Very good question.
Thank you very much. Oh, really interesting. And now I can smile. You see smile on my face, but if you know, if you follow the news, the war started on 21st of February, and it was my birthday. I woke up in the morning and I got message, and I hope that this message was happy birthday, wish you health. But I just woke up and I heard such noise, and people, I saw this process, how people escaped from their homes, and I couldn't believe that Russia attacked us. Because I can still believe how the war can be in 21st century in the world of nanotechnologies, but
Right
they
after
did
COVID
it.
too. Right after COVID. After we went
Yeah,
out of that.
yeah. I think that the most valuable thing is a personal life, but you know, my condition and my mental health actually was really bad. I had got depression. All Ukrainians had the first 2 weeks were awful because we feel so hopeless, and at the same time we were so proud of our army, of our president. It's like we can't feel this balance, and our mental health was really bad. Right now, my work and communication with different people help me to keep calm and just to understand that I need to continue on my life. Everything is okay because I'm alive. I just need to hope for the better. But for example, 3 weeks ago, approximately 3 weeks ago, when I saw photos from Bucha and Irpin, this genocide, I was in shock because I couldn't believe that soldiers can do this with people. They killed children, they raped women, they destroyed everything. I couldn't believe that people can be so violent, so cruel. And right now, what I'm doing, I just try to support my relatives, my friends who are staying in another parts of the world, because, you know, maybe it sounds easy that, oh, you are in another country and it's okay, you are in safety, you don't need to worry. But no, it's not true. These people really miss and they want to return back to Ukraine, and they don't know how to continue on the life. Some people lost their homes, so that's why what I am trying to do right now, just to hope for the better. Just, you know, this war taught us how to be thankful for each day, because you wake up and oh my gosh, thank you very much, this was so silent, and good night without siren. I slept 8 hours and it's good. It's really impressive. I have never I mean that in my life it's the first time when I say thank you very much that I am alive. I hope that this war will end soon, and this summer I will go to Kyiv or even Crimea, because Crimea is a part of Ukraine. I hope for this. Of course, we need to understand that this war can last too long, because
yes, it can get worse. Yep.
we are just people and we can do something extraordinary. Yes, our army and president works very well, but it's reality. We just need to understand this.
Yeah, because I saw in some videos there were people like this couple, they would take turns taking naps, like 3, 4 hour naps, because they didn't know when the alarm goes off, so they could move to whatever building they was to the next building. So I'm happy in this instance you was able to, even for one day, get a whole 8 hours sleep. That's a lot. My next question is actually Vlada took one of my favorite questions, which was an into question. That's okay. So our next question is there anything you use or do to find strength and hope for the future within keeping in mind that this can get a whole lot worse? So
Okay,
what are you prepared? What is your plan B if things get better or things do not get better?
I'm sorry, could you repeat, please? What do you mean? Is that in which way how I
Um,
use my
is there
Spanish?
anything that
Yes,
no,
yeah,
it's is there anything that you use or anything that you do daily to find strength and or hope for the future, even though the future look bleak right now?
okay, thank you. I hope that I understand good because the quality of sound is quite bad, but it's okay. Maybe it sounds strange, but what I try to do right now just to follow my routine. It's the best way how to continue on my life. I just work, do my sport, and try to work a lot. Really, work helps me a lot. I just focus on my projects, on my students, and I think when you work, it gives you a hope in the future that you do this for something. You earn money for something. You dream for something. Yes, you have got a plan. But actually, to be honest, I don't know what day is today. I don't know what date even. I just know that today it's 57th day of the war, and totally all Ukrainians know about
Okay,
this.
do you know if it's day or night outside right now?
Sorry, could you repeat,
Do
please?
you know
Sorry.
if it's daytime or nighttime outside right now? Can I tell that?
Uh, yes,
If
I know that
outside, if it's night or daytime, you know if it's night.
right now in Ukraine it's late evening, and what I mean, when I wake up, I don't look on my calendar or planner. I just wake up and
Oh, okay,
watch news. Yes, it's the first
I
thing.
understand. I understand.
Yes, but of course, I try to focus on details of my day, and really helps me a lot to believe in the future. And of course, what I do is that I follow news on Instagram and or any other social medias, and we support our soldiers. We support our people, refugees also, because you can even imagine how people suffer from this war, um, and it's really awful.
Do you watch any comedy shows sometimes? Because laughter is something is very good.
Okay,
Did she
sorry.
freeze or we all frozen? I think your camera. So do you watch comedy shows? Because laughter is
Comedy
good.
shows. Actually, no. You know, okay, it's like a syndrome of victim. I can explain you what does it mean.
I, I understand what you mean. I understand.
Yes, because for the first days of the war, I just told myself, how can I be happy? Because some people suffer. And now I just walking in the street, sitting in a cafe, grab a cup of coffee with my friends. How can I do this? I look
I
so
know what you
selfish.
mean.
And what about comedy shows right now or entertainment? Yes, I try to relax also because it's very helpful for me. But what I can say is that right now, people in Ukraine, um, they don't have such mood to relax at all or to have fun, have party, because our life
I know what you
changed.
mean. I know what you mean by victim mind, because when I lost my father, I was in a lot of pain, but I like to laugh and make fun with my nose in my household. But I think it's too early for you to be in that mood where you at least laugh sometimes, because it's just too fresh. I think the pain is too fresh to, yeah, to laugh now. So Vlada, you could have the next question, and do not
Yes,
steal my last question.
yes,
Do
I
not
wanna,
steal
you,
the last question.
yes, you part of answered of our last question, but make sure we need like more details. You probably heard about a lot of support from foreign countries. It's support such as meetings, such as military support, and such as like things like food, like regular things
Humanitarian
for
aid.
daily basis. Yes, and our question is. Do you feel this support, this mental support, this military support? How do you feel about even these meetings? Does it really mean something? Is it important for Ukrainian to this kind of respect, kind of help?
Thank you, Vlada, for a question. And what I can say, I absolutely agree that these meetings are very important for Ukrainian. You can even imagine how we are very thankful for such support. And yes, Ukrainian try to help everyone, but we don't have a lot of, people who can help in different spheres. And that's why we have got good friends from different countries, especially USA, Poland, Canada. All the world helps us to fight with the evil. And I think that such meetings that we have right now help Ukrainian don't lose the hope. And of course, to fight with this problem, try to find the solution. And it's really, we really appreciate this because it helps us a lot to improve our mental health, of course, is the first reason. The second reason is that if we talk about humanitarian aid, military, yes, of course, food for us is really valuable because it's a lot of opportunities. There are many people who need this help. And we were so impressed for the first days of the war, how many people helped us from all parts of the world. So we're really thankful for this. So thank you very much. My Ukrainian soul say thank you to you.
I, I think it's also a blessing. We are in the United States. We have the right president at the right time, because yeah, we had the right president at the right time. I think that really helped Ukraine a lot. So yeah,
Yes,
it's
we
very
are,
helpful.
we live in one world, and that's why we are family, yes.
Yes. Now, are you surprised, because I know that your country's been an attacked country, but at the same time, there are a few or many also Russians people that support you guys and do not support us one. So if you have a message for them.
Okay, can you repeat the last part? You mean that maybe Vlado, can you repeat?
Yes, how do you feel? I've watched a couple of videos in the news of also Russian people that support you and do not support this war. How do you feel towards them?
Um, Interesting question about support. Who supports us? Who doesn't support even Russian or and other people. I know I have got some relatives in Russia, and you will be surprised, but they don't believe that we have got a war. They just call this operation, really. And in 21st century, these people believes television and believes the news. But there are a small percent of people that, because I got some messages on Instagram from my friends, and they just send me words of support, just don't give up, everything will be okay. I really appreciate this, but anyway, a big percent of population of Russia, I mean, they support this war. Why do you think so? Because they don't do something to stop it. For example, all the world stands with Ukraine right now. They just walk in the streets, they try to help. Anyway, the Russians just stay at home. And we are very different. They worry about social medias, about closing some brands, yes, stopping working some brands. They afraid of this. And they don't believe us that we have got war. They don't believe these photos, what they see on Instagram. So they really support this war, what I can say, a big percent of population support this war.
Yeah, I think our government here have told us that a lot of them are being lied to. I think they're down to basically one news channel in Russia, and that's the only news they're getting. They're not getting what we see. They're not getting that. It's like in other countries in Asia, just limited. The news is very limited. They're not seeing the whole story like we
Yeah,
see it.
yeah, you are
Yeah,
totally right.
that's
But as Salome,
now for fresh. Yes. Go ahead, Vlad.
yeah, but as Salomia mentioned before, they doesn't have a lot of opportunity to get real news, and they have just governmental TV
Yes,
network. But they they didn't believe her
you don't have a
relative.
freedom to
Yeah.
think another, yes, and for me it's I don't know, super crazy, because in 21st century we have got freedom for everything, and they just like in Soviet Union, it's like they don't have right to think in another way. If you think another, okay, you will go to prison tomorrow, or you don't need to live there in our country, just move. Yes, they are afraid to do something. I asked many questions, people who write me words for support. Why don't you do this? Why you can't repeat our, I mean, if you remember, we had a Revolution of Dignity in 2014, and all Ukrainians were in Kiev, and we wanted to change our country for the better. We didn't want to move with Russia, and we had a revolution of dignity. And I just asked, why you didn't repeat this? Why you afraid to go to the street and say we stand with Ukraine, stop war, we don't want this war? And the answer is very simple. You understand, we can do this. We are afraid that tomorrow that my mother or my brother or my father will go to prison. It's forbidden in our country. We don't have a freedom of word, I mean, freedom of press and so on. So I think it's a big global problem.
So is there any talent that you have, singing or something? You could can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I just can hear you very
Yes.
bad. I don't know
Do you
why. Can
have
you repeat?
any? Yes. Do you have any special talent like singing or playing guitar or piano or anything like that?
Oh,
I
I'm
play
very bad
guitar. I
at
suck at
music.
it, but I still play.
I'm very bad at music. what I can do very well in my life, just going to the gym, do CrossFit, and okay, I like communicating with people and working in marketing. Okay.
The guitar, but I still play my guitar. Okay. Now, before we go, because I think we only have 2 minutes left, do you want to leave a message for anyone, for our class, for our professor, who basically gave us this idea for this project? It's very what cause, if I may say.
Yeah, sure. Of course, I want to say thank you, Vlada, and you, Taylors, for having me. I really appreciate this.
Vlada, yes.
And what I can say is that thank you very much for your job. You are doing this job really great, and you do your steps are impressive. What I mean is that we really need this, and worlds needs these changes. We can say that, oh, okay, it's just a project and what we can do because we are just a small part of the world. But remember, all changes started from ourselves. And what you're doing right now, it's a good job because you show the truth. And right now, the truth is a very valuable thing. It's very important. And that's why I'm and Ukrainian are proud of you. I don't know why it sounds maybe strange, but it's really good. So thank you very much for this truth, and thank you for that you gave an opportunity to share our experience fighting with this evil, with Russia, and that you gave opportunity to listen real stories.
Thank you for your participation, doing your part, because we can hear from your voice that this conversation is very painful for you. Your voice struggling. We understand how it is difficult for you, but no matter what, you are here. You help us to show the reality of the time. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I wish you always to live.
Now, I guess we're lucky that they've given us extra 5 minutes because we're doing such a great job. So since we've had Solimia's story, how about you, Vlada? Can we hear your story when the war first broke out and to all the way to now?
Of course.
Did you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Left, so maybe we could hear Vlada's story, how she feel, and when the war broke out. Just give us a little preview of her own story. She's also Ukrainian.
Okay, we just have 5 minutes. I think I can fit this time. So when the war started, it was 10 p.m. in United States. I have my friend night over. My family was in vacation, so I was just with my friend, and we been watching TV show, and her mom called and said, Ola, the war started. We just turn on Ukrainian TV. It was like a live stream of TV news marathon. We started watching what was going on, and her mom saying like, please girls, take yourself together and please let's start praying. And her mom started praying at her house, and we started praying and in my room together. We started pray for Ukraine, and it was like few days we were watching a live stream television what is going on and praying. That's all what make me feel my participation on it. And every day I was just watching news, praying, doing my homework. I was busy all the time, and I didn't have time to think about depression, think like like I'm here in a safe place, how guilt I am. I just praying, work, and that's it. And
The
it's
best solution.
mhm,
Yes.
it was solution for me.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it seems to have, that's what helps to have like some type of normalcy to just continue to do the things, and yeah, that seems to help a lot. Yes.
Yes.
Well,
So we have 3
this
more
was
minutes left.
awesome. Yes. Any the Vlada, do you have a talent you could do for us? Maybe a song or guitar, piano?
Um,
Do you have any hobbies? No?
I'm very bad in it, but but I can try just to
Sure.
finish this.
I'll
Yeah.
play my guitar, but I'll play my guitar, but I'm so bad. It's just no, it's unthinkable. So you
Okay.
go ahead.
So uh, okay. Oh, I'm so nervous.
It's okay. It's only three people.
We can do it together.
України ні
Ні
слава,
слава, ні воля.
ще нам,
Нам,
браття
браття
українці,
I need
усміхнена
subtitles.
доля.
Дамо.
наші
Наші волі,
вороженьки, як
як
роса
роса
на
на
сонці.
сонці, запануєм і ми, браття, у своїй
Своїй
сторонці.
сторонці.
Окей.
That was
It
awesome.
wasn't good. It wasn't like the best things of
Nah,
the world, but it
that
was
really
going
good.
from the soul.
Yes, and so it was the best.
If I knew I had my guitar, if I knew
Okay.
I had my guitar, if I knew it, that was good.
Okay,
Now I
so
will speak some Russian. You could tell me how bad I sound. I will say спасибо, Solomia, спасибо, Vlada.
Дякую.
Kabor, Voslovit,
We will teach you how to
Was
say
that good?
this in Ukrainian.
Was that
Дякую.
good?
спасибо, it's Russian word.
Yes,
Дякую.
Дякую. Yes.
great.
Okay, okay.
You sound very natural. You should try to teach this language.
Now is this Russian or Ukrainian? Kabor, Voslovit, Yosik.
Repeat this again.
Kabor, Blahoslovit,
Хай
Yosik.
Бог благословить усіх. Yes, it's
Oh,
Ukrainian.
thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank
God
you.
bless you all. Yes, it's Ukrainian. So we have
Oh
less
my
than 1
gosh, you
minute.
don't know how them.
So that's it. Our Zoom over. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
guys. Take
Bravo.
care.
God
Thank you.
bless. Thank you.